All right, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about the power of templatizing your workflow. So whatever your creative side hustle is, there are probably aspects of it that you can systemize or templatize or turn into a system or a framework or checklist, and that just makes it easier to create the thing. So as a YouTuber, I'm going to use the example of YouTube videos. Now we have me and my team, which used to be just me and now is like a team of a few people. We have a pretty robust template system for our YouTube videos. And the point of a template is that when you're doing a video or anything creative, there are often like frameworks or guidelines you want to be using, and creating a template just helps you do that. And so for us, we've got this thing that we call new video template. And basically whenever we have the idea for a video, let's say I wanted to do a video called, I don't know, something like The Power of Templates. It's a bad title, but you know, let's say I want to do a video called The Power of Templates. I would hit my new video template. I'm using Notion. I'll link all of this stuff in the project and resources section if you want to check it out. And the first thing you see here is that we have a kind of title, thumbnail, and production test checklist. So the first thing, create 10 title ideas and bold favorite. So this is a thing, usually if you're making YouTube videos or blog posts or email newsletters or even podcasts, the title of your thing is very important, and often it's useful to think about the title before you think about the content. And so we have a checklist that says, right, as a reminder, I need to think of 10 title ideas for this thing. So I might say The Power of Templates. And so I'd write down a few title ideas, and then I'd bold whichever one is my favorite, and then I'll be able to check this off. Create 3 thumbnail suggestions and select favorite. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to think, Ali looking at camera with smiling, bit boring. I could say Ali looking at laptop with Notion screenshot on the side. And I might think you can't be bothered to do 3. So, okay, that feels like a decent one. But the fact that I've created the checklist, the fact that this is a template means that I'm actually thinking about this stuff. And so I'm thinking about the title and the thumbnail before even thinking about the video, which is, you know, how you do it when you're a pro YouTuber. Now it's structure and plan script, and then write script, and then get script checked by a second person, ready to film, send to me, and so on. So that's one aspect of the template. It just sort of gives us a default checklist that we have to do for every video. But then what else is interesting is that I like incorporating story structures into my videos. Now there's this thing that Joseph Campbell calls the hero's journey, which is a structure that lots and lots of stories from all walks of life, from all millennia are based on. This idea of the hero's journey. Like, you know, there is a person and they're in like a small place and they're like, you know, their life is normal. And then someone comes along and says, hey, do you want to go on this adventure? There's the call to adventure, and then they go on the adventure, and then they have like obstacles, and then their life is changed as a result, and then they go back home. And you know, it's like the story of The Lord of the Rings. Frodo is chilling in the Shire. Gandalf comes along and says, do you want to go on an adventure? Frodo initially says no, and he says yeah, and he goes on a big adventure, and then he, you know, transforms himself internally and externally through fighting all these obstacles, and then he returns to the Shire a changed man. This is something called the hero's journey. You see it in Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, thousands of stories all around the world. But we can kind of turn this story structure into a template that we can then apply to our own YouTube videos or our own writing. And this is the way that I do it. I ask myself these questions like, who is the character? What do they want? Why can't they get what they want? What are the stakes? Who helps them? How do they get what they want? And then how are they transformed by the experience? And just writing some of this stuff out for the videos that I'm doing is actually quite helpful. So for example, I'm working on a video right now called My Productivity Slump. And then yesterday I was filling out the story structure for this. Who is the character? Me. What do they want to be meaningfully productive during lockdown? Why can't they get what they want? Well, it's lockdown and stuck at home and Zoom call fatigue, and I feel tired in the evenings and I just want to play World of Warcraft. What are the stakes? I don't want to be a waste man forever. I'm writing a book and I might not meet the deadlines, and then I might get dropped by my publisher and feeling uninspired. And who or what helps them? A few elaborate techniques for getting out of the slump, which I have talked about already in this video script. So by templatizing the thing, and by figuring out, okay, what are the elements of a good YouTube video? What are the elements of a good story? And can I copy paste those into a template that I can just apply to all my videos? It makes it a lot easier for me to be creative. This doesn't mean that I'm a slave to the template. It doesn't mean that for every single video I'm saying, once upon a time, there was a guy called Ali and he did this and then he did that. But just forcing myself to think about the storytelling elements of this make it easier for me to create a better video. Whereas if every time I had to make a video, I was starting completely from a blank page and I just had all this stuff in my head, again, you know, the thing that David Allen says, your brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. It's a bit of a waste of space in my head to sort of think about, okay, right, how do I apply story structure to this video? If I've got the template in front of me, I can just apply the structure automatically. And this, again, is one of the things that makes me quite productive in terms of my output. This sort of stuff is what allowed me to churn out 3 YouTube videos a week while I was working full-time as a doctor and while I had other businesses and teaching commitments running alongside. And for you, if you're struggling to get your creative side hustle off the ground, or if you just want to make it more productive, the more you can templatize your workflow, the better everything is going to be. If you want more information on this, my friend Thomas Frank has his own Skillshare original class called Productivity for Creatives, where he talks a lot about templatizing. And we even have a bonus interview between me and Thomas Frank as the final video of this class if you want to learn more about how both of us use templates. We both use templates very, very extensively. And I think if you can incorporate templates into your workflow, whatever that is, it will make your life far more productive, happy, and a lot easier. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.